Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome back to Today in Slovakia, and I'm still in Macedonia. And I go back tonight to Bratislava, so I've still got a few hours to kill. So I thought I'd take a few shots of downtown just to give you an idea of what the center looks like. So as you can see, there's like buildings all around me. Most of these buildings are actually brand new. I mean, even the ones just over there behind me, you can see the Museum of Archaeology. You know, it looks very Roman or very Greek, you know, with all the columns. But that building is only 10 years old. And the reason I want to show you some of this stuff here, like, you know, like here right behind me, you can see all this stuff. And, like, they've been working on this for 5 or 6 years now, and it stopped. And there are some workers. I can hear some people up here in this building. I don't know what it's going to be though. But this entire square was flattened actually in 1963. This wasn't even a square. I mean, this was downtown. There were buildings here. And anyways, in 1963, there was a massive earthquake and 1,000 people were killed. And pretty much all of Skopje was flattened. And so instead of reconstructing how Skopje looked, what they actually did was, I mean, it was communist times, it was Yugoslavia, so they started building like these really old, ugly buildings, and you know, it just didn't work. I mean, downtown basically didn't really exist. What happened was, after the fall of Yugoslavia, when Macedonia proclaimed independence in 1991, there was a good 10 years where things were very unstable around here. I mean, the whole region was shaken by wars. You know, there were 3 wars in Bosnia. Macedonia saw a little bit of conflict too. Especially when the Kosovo war happened. Kosovo was only 20 kilometers away north of here. Beautiful country, but you know, when that happened, a lot of the Kosovars came across the border and they settled here in Skopje. And anyway, so it took a long time for things to start, you know, like just to settle down a bit. And so around the late 2000s, around 2010, Macedonia got about 500 million, I think it was dollars, either dollars or euros, half a billion of some major currency. And they poured it all into downtown Skopje. And you can see that there's, like, you know, not only the Alexander the Great statue and fountain right here behind me, but there's statues everywhere around the city. I mean, statue spotting is like become like a real tourist attraction here, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting. You'll see a lot of, like, you know, old Macedonian heroes. You'll see Mother Teresa. Her statue is everywhere. You know, like, it's just wonderful what they've done. But they really put a lot of money into it, and the idea was to have a beautiful center, you know, that people would come to, and it would all be built by 2014. Now, of course, corruption came into the equation. Healthcare, education was neglected. I mean, they could have used a lot of that money too. And a new government came in and put a stop to all the construction that was going on, you know, around downtown. But a lot of it was done, and you know, Skopje is known as a very beachy city, but you can't deny it. It's really one of the coolest cities in all of Europe. And this is my 3rd time visiting here. I always feel good. You don't have to worry about speaking English. Everybody speaks English here. There's no language barrier. The food is awesome. The prices are really good. You know, and I come here feeling good. I leave here feeling a little bit sad, to be honest. I'm not looking forward to going back to Bratislava, but I guess home is home. So, and I'll be back here next year. So, anyways, I'm just going to take you up the street, and I'm just going to show you a few things around here, especially with, you know, with regards to the earthquake that happened in 1963. Because about 5 days ago, there was an earthquake here not here in Macedonia, but as I said, like, it was in Albania, and the whole region felt it. And it was only 4.8 magnitude on the Richter scale, so it wasn't like, you know, anything, you know, like there was no building damage or anything like that. But when you think about, you know, like a month ago in California, there were 2 earthquakes that happened very close to each other. And so some people have talked about, yeah, I mean, you know, it happens that way around here too. So who knows? Maybe there'll be another earthquake today. I hope not, but it might happen. So anyways, I'm going to put it on pause for now, and I'll take you up the street and just show you a few things. Okay, so I'm just walking up Macedonia Avenue. It's the pedestrian zone here, and there's like wonderful shops and cafes and restaurants. Lots of people are out right now. It's well, it's just after lunch actually, so lunchtime can take a long time here in Macedonia. People like to eat, and people eat very well here. So anyways, you can see up ahead there's a church tower, and I'm just going to take you up there a little bit closer. Okay, so I'm just going to walk and talk a bit. What you see in front of me, this church is being built. It's more of a cathedral. I'm not really sure if it's Macedonian Orthodox or Greek Orthodox, but there are a lot of different churches here. There's even, you know, there's Protestant churches, there's a couple of synagogues, there's a lot of mosques. Macedonia is a very vibrant country, like culturally, and as well as like religiously. There are many, many different types of faiths around here. And actually right in front of me, I just want to point this out. This is Mother Teresa's house. I don't know if she actually lived here on this site or not. All, like everywhere we're standing was completely destroyed, like in the 1963 earthquake. And anyways, there's right here stands a museum actually for Mother Teresa. And yeah, Mother Teresa, yeah, she wasn't Indian. She lived in India for a long time, but she was actually Albanian. So she wasn't from Albania. She was actually born here in Skopje, and she grew up here. And Skopje is home to a large Albanian population. It always has been. And the population got bigger during the wars because, you know, as I said earlier, from the war in Kosovo, you know, Kosovars are actually ethnic Albanians. So they either fled to Albania or they came here to Skopje because a lot of people, a lot of the refugees had family here, and they stayed, and they're thriving, they're doing well. But that's another issue between the Macedonians and the Albanians. There's been conflict between them for many years, and there's also a lot of fear that there's going to be a greater Albania, that Albania is going to expand, take over Kosovo, take over Western Macedonia. But people are just speculating. They're talking and fearing, and who knows what's going to happen. So, but for now, that's the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to take you up to the museum, just give you a quick tour of that, because that's really interesting. I really need to show you something really cool about it. So I'll just be there in a minute. Okay, so we're just coming up to the museum. We're not going to go into the museum. I just want to show you the facade because I've always thought this was really cool. So as I said, in 1963, it actually happened on July 26, which was, you know, like a week and 56 years ago. A massive earthquake, you know, like destroyed the city. Like 1,076 people or something like that were killed, and, you know, numerous thousands of other people were injured. And so what we're looking at, this is the city museum, but back in 1963, this was the original train station. And if you see up there at the clock, okay, it says 5:17, and that's exactly the time the earthquake struck. And when it struck, the clock stopped, and they never touched it after that. So it's been immortalized at 5:17. It's always a reminder of when the earthquake happened. And I'm just going to come around here. You can see also at the top of the building, or even along the side of it, that you know, this is actually only 1/3 of the building that you're looking at. there's a crane over there, and there's new development, and there's going to be a lot of apartments going up. But you know, this whole basically this whole city block was the train station, and this is only the western third of it that actually remains. So yeah, that's what happened. So you know, when you think about it, that just 5 days ago there was an earthquake here, and I really didn't even notice it. But apparently it's common. There's you know, it's a mountainous country. There's a lot of you know, geological stuff, like, you know, as far as tectonic plates, and I mean, I'm not going to go on about that. I really don't understand it, but it's an earthquake prone region. You know, we're right by the Adriatic Sea. It's not far away. Italy is on the other side. Italy has tons of earthquakes as well. So okay, anyway, so that's about it. That's the end of our tour for today. Take care of yourselves. If you've already subscribed to me, if you haven't, just hit the subscribe button and you'll get notifications every time I upload a video. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. It's just a reminder that, you know, I've uploaded something, and hopefully it'll be interesting for you. Okay, I'm losing my voice. I gotta go. Take care, everybody. I'll see you guys in Bratislava tomorrow.